Imagine a fruit seller packing mangoes into boxes that each hold exactly 7 mangoes. He fills 12 boxes completely, and 3 mangoes are left over, not enough to fill another box. So the whole pile of mangoes is hiding inside those 12 full boxes, plus the 3 loose ones. Let's find that hidden total. 12 boxes with 7 mangoes each means 7 mangoes, 12 times over. 7 times 12 comes out to 84. Now add back the 3 loose mangoes that didn't fit in a box, and the seller started with 87 mangoes in all. Let's check the same idea with different numbers. 20 boxes of 7 mangoes each, with 5 loose mangoes left over. Every time, the same 2 steps work. Multiply how many go in one group by how many full groups you have, then add on whatever is left over. Now try a trickier version. A gardener divides his tomatoes into groups of 4, and 3 tomatoes are left over. He then takes that leftover quotient and divides it by 5, getting 2 left over. And this time the final quotient is exactly 3 with nothing left over. To rebuild the number, start from the very last result, which was 3, and undo the second division first. 3 times 5 is 15, plus the 2 left over makes 17. Now undo the first division the same way. 17 times 4 is 68, plus the 3 left over gives 71. Let's check it forward. 71 divided by 4 gives 17 with 3 left over, and 17 divided by 5 gives 3 with 2 left over, exactly like we were told. So finding a total is groups times group size, plus whatever's left over, and rebuilding a hidden number is the very same steps done backward, one division undone at a time. That's exactly how we found the fruit seller's 87 mangoes, and how we rebuilt the gardener's 71 tomatoes, using nothing but multiplying and adding back the leftovers. A vendor packs apples into baskets of 9, fills 6 baskets completely, and has 4 apples left over. How many apples did she start with? This is just like the mango box problem. We have full groups of a certain size, plus some leftover, and we want the whole pile back. First, let's find out how many apples are sitting inside all the full baskets together. Each basket has 9 apples, and there are 6 such baskets. 9 apples times 6 baskets gives us 54 apples inside the baskets. Now, we just add back the 4 apples that were left over outside the baskets. So the vendor started with 58 apples in total. A baker arranges buns into trays of 11, fills 8 trays fully, and has 6 buns left over. How many buns did she bake? Same idea as before, count what's in the full trays first, then bring back the leftover pieces. Each tray holds 11 buns, and there are 8 full trays, so let's multiply those 2 numbers. That gives us 88 buns, sitting neatly in the trays. Now add the 6 leftover buns that didn't fit into any tray. So the baker made 94 buns altogether. A shopkeeper ties pencils into bundles of 14, makes 15 bundles, and still has 9 pencils left over. How many pencils did he have to start with? Again, this is the groups plus leftover pattern. Work out what's tied up in bundles, then add back the loose ones. 14 pencils in each bundle, and 15 bundles in total, so we multiply 14 by 15. That means 210 pencils are tied up neatly in bundles. Now we bring back the 9 pencils that were left loose. So the shopkeeper started with 219 pencils. A gardener divides a pile of seeds into packets of 6, and after filling as many packets as possible, 3 seeds are left over. If he managed to fill 22 packets, how many seeds did he start with? This is the same groups plus leftover setup. Find the seeds packed away, then add whatever spilled over. 6 seeds go into each packet, and there are 22 full packets, so multiply 6 by 22. That's 132 seeds packed into the packets. Adding the 3 leftover seeds gives us the full starting pile. So the gardener started with 135 seeds. A number is divided by 8, giving some whole number of groups with 5 left over. If the number of full groups turns out to be 9, what was the original number? Even without mangoes or apples in the story, it's the exact same groups and leftover idea, just numbers this time. Each group has 8 in it, and there are 9 full groups, so multiply 8 by 9. Now add back the 5 that were left over. So the original number was 77. A trader had a pile of coconuts. He first divided them into groups of 9 and got some full groups with 2 left over. When he counted the full groups, there were 14 of them. Then, out of curiosity, he took just the number of full groups and divided that by 4, getting 3 full smaller groups with 2 left over. Find the number of full groups he had after the first division, using this second clue, and confirm it matches 14. This is the working backwards idea. We rebuild the count of full groups from the second division, just like we rebuilt the tomato pile earlier. The second division made 3 full groups, each of size 4, so multiply 3 by 4. Then we add back the 2 that were left over from this second division. So the number of full groups from the first division was 14, exactly matching what we were told. A farmer collected a pile of eggs and divided them into crates of 12, getting some full crates with 7 eggs left over. He then divided the number of full crates by 5, getting 4 full smaller groups with 3 left over. How many eggs did the farmer collect in total? This is exactly like the tomato problem. 2 divisions happened one after another, so we undo them one at a time, starting from the last division. First, let's rebuild the number of full crates from the second division. There were 4 full groups of 5. Add back the 3 that were left over in that second division. So there were 23 full crates after the very first division. Now, we use this to rebuild the total number of eggs. Each crate holds 12 eggs, and there were 23 full crates, so multiply 12 by 23. Finally, add back the 7 eggs that were left over from the very first division. So the farmer collected 283 eggs in total. A warehouse manager divided a stock of notebooks into cartons of 15, getting some full cartons with 4 notebooks left over. He then divided the number of full cartons by 6, getting 7 full smaller groups with 1 left over. How many notebooks were in the stock originally? 2 divisions happened in a row, so just like before, we rebuild from the last division backward to the first. Start with the second division, 7 full groups of 6 each. Add back the 1 left over from that second division. So there were 43 full cartons after the first division. Now let's rebuild the original stock of notebooks. Each carton holds 15 notebooks, and there were 43 full cartons, so multiply 15 by 43. Now add back the 4 notebooks that were left over from the first division. So the warehouse originally had 649 notebooks. A number, when divided by 17, leaves some full groups and a remainder of 11. The number of full groups, when divided by 9, gives 5 full smaller groups and a remainder of 2. What was the original number? Same reverse process again, rebuild the full groups from the second division first, then use that to rebuild the original number. The second division gave 5 full groups of 9 each. Add back the 2 left over from that second division. So there were 47 full groups after the first division. Now, we rebuild the original number using this. Each group in the first division had 17 in it, and there were 47 such groups, so multiply 17 by 47. Now add back the 11 that were left over from the first division. So the original number was 810. A shipping company packed crates of mangoes into containers, dividing them into groups of 18 with 7 crates left over. The number of full groups was then divided by 3, giving some full smaller groups with 2 left over. If the number of these smallest full groups turned out to be 7, find the total number of crates the company started with. This has two divisions stacked one after another, so we work backwards just like we did with the tomatoes, undo the last division first, then the first division. Let's start with the second division. There were 7 full smallest groups, each made of 3. Add back the 2 that were left over from that second division. So 23 is exactly the amount that came from the full groups of the very first division. Now, we use this number to rebuild the total number of crates. Each full group in the first division had 18 crates, and there were 23 such full groups, so multiply 18 by 23. Now we bring back the 7 crates that were left over from the very first division by adding 7 to 414. So the shipping company started with 421 crates of mangoes in total.